So he lied to James Comey, who was FBI director at the time, also about leaking things about the Clinton Foundation investigation to the media. McCabe said that he did not authorize the leaks to the media. That was a lie. He, in fact, did. So he lied to James Comey. He lied to other FBI agents. He lied to the Department of Justice Inspector General. Some of these lies were told when he was under oath, which makes it a crime. And, Chris, I would just like to point out, Michael Flynn was charged with a felony for lying to federal investigators when he was not even under oath.
Agreed. And it was a setup. And in the 302s, that is, in the forms that FBI agents fill out to describe an interview that has taken place, the FBI agents that were involved, including Peter Strzok, who is pretty biased, as we have subsequently learned, said that they didn't believe that Michael Flynn was actively lying. That is, that he was deceiving them. Now, he may have been incorrect. I can't tell you that. But they didn't think he was actively lying. This is somebody who was actively lying under oath, according to the Inspector General. And the FBI apparently has had, I don't know how many, but I think by a recent report, a couple of dozen FBI agents or FBI personnel or senior personnel that have been reported for lying over the course of the last few years because of all of these scandals. They have considered this, it's gone through the process, and they literally have prosecuted no one.
Right.
Zero prosecutions.
And that brings me back to my point, which I made at the very end of the monologue, where I said, why are Andrew McCabe's lies dangerous to our nation? The answer to that is very evident. If you are liberal and you are in a position of power or influence, or if you have money, then you are above the law. There is a separate standard for those in power who are politically connected to the right people, and there is another set of rules for those of us who are not. That is dangerous to our nation. That is not equality under the law. That is political bureaucrats picking and choosing who has to follow the law and who's going to get away with it. And apparently, when you get away with it and you're a liberal, you get a nice cushy job at CNN.
Absolutely. And if you are a conservative, on the other hand, it's not just those who don't have the political connections, Liz. It is those who have the wrong political connections. If you're politically connected to Trump, they ruin you. They throw you in jail. They literally put Papadopoulos into jail. George Papadopoulos served time in jail for what appears to be nothing. It really does appear to be nothing. General Flynn had to plea to something, and it looks as though there was very little there. Because he didn't have the financial resources to defend himself. And what happens is, if you have connections to conservatives, not just to Republicans, but to conservatives, then they ruin you. They ruin you. They stamp out the life out of you financially, not just by trying to prosecute you, but then by trying to take away your jobs. And
right.
This is not viable in the long term.
No, I call it cancel culture, because they try to cancel you from start to finish if you have the audacity to be conservative. And they do this in order to try to spark fear in people's minds so that nobody wants to be conservative because they're afraid of getting canceled. It's a plot from start to finish.